All right. So bullish, 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 bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. I'm going to keep saying bullish. And there's a reason for that. So, first of all, remember the first thing we've been talking about all week. The weekly bearish fair value gap. That is our weekly objective right there. So this has been the level that I have been wanting to see price get to on NQ. And we are almost there, guys. We are very close to reaching it. That was our weekly objective. Okay, so I still expect us to be bullish today. I mean, we continue to push higher. We go down to a daily time frame. We've got that swing high on NQ, which is the weekly objective, and then we have this daily fair value gap as well. All right, so another target there for us. We're also forming a bullish order block if we can close above today. If we continue to push higher, we will have a bullish order block on the daily time frame. And we haven't come back for that daily SIBI, or the daily busy, excuse me. That was one level I said if we were going to be bearish, I'd want to see us come back down and touch, but we never ended up coming back for that level. So I'm still expecting us to continue up. We've already taken out previous day high right there. Let's go to the 4 hour. And look at these equal highs up here on the 4 hour. Great buy side target after we take out our weekly objective. That would be that next objective I'd want to see us take, those equal highs. And then looking at the 4 hour down here, not much else going on besides that imbalance we had. And then we had this 4 hour order block we formed. And now we're forming another 4 hour order block right here. So whenever this 4 hour closes, we want to see it close above these highs, and we want to see it close above this down close candle, creating that bullish order block for us to retest it at some point. And then let's go down to the hourly, and this is the hourly, right? We had this news candle. I believe this was the news candle. What time did news come out yesterday? It came out at, I guess this wasn't the news candle necessarily. So not a news candle, but a key high that we actually came up and took, and this EBSL just means external buy side liquidity. So that's already been taken. Okay, let's see. Did we close above it? We did close above it, so that level does not matter as much to me anymore. We've already taken it. Okay, let's look on the hourly at other levels over here on the left side of our charts. Not too much going on, right? We did have an hourly bearish breaker. We've already closed above that level. We've got this swing high up here, and then we've got those equal highs up here. And then after that, we don't have a lot of levels until all the way up at these highs. So today, I want to see us come up and grab this high here and this high here, which I think is very doable. And I think unless we have some terrible news this morning, right, which we do have red folder coming out at 9:45 Eastern, if that ends up being some terrible news, that's the only thing that I could see bringing us back down. As long as that news is decent, at least around what they expected, then I would see us continuing up, and I would not see us coming back down. So looking at the hourly, look at this fair value gap we formed. We traded right into this hourly busy right here. And look at that clean bounce off that hourly busy. Such a clean bounce off of that level. And we have seen some follow through on that move coming up to grab that buy side liquidity up there. So now we just want to see if we're going to get continuation to the upside. And obviously we have market open in just a few minutes, so we want to see what price action is telling us at market open. But everything to me right now is telling me bullish, 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 right? Bullish, bullish, bullish. Matthew, it doesn't really surprise me. It does not surprise me at all. Nothing that a government does these days surprises me anymore, or that anybody does surprises me. So, a lot of these agencies and stuff are going to try to cook the numbers to try to make themselves look better. So you would think so, right? That would be my initial thought would be, yes, we're going to be bearish because they basically reported completely false numbers about our jobs. And I think it was like 800,000 jobs that we lost or did not fill, that they did not report. They reported wrong, falsely. So yeah, you would think we'd have a negative reaction to that, right? But so far in this market, at least so far for us, this morning and last night, we have seen us be very, very bullish. We've seen us be very, very bullish. So I'm expecting a continuation to the upside. And if we do see a strong reaction back down, let's say we see a reversal pattern, we start seeing market sentiment start to become bearish, Okay, that's when we'll start looking for shorts, and we can, maybe attribute that to that negative news that we found out. But for now, I'm still looking for longs until proven otherwise, right? So yeah, it's a good question though. Very good question. I could definitely see how that could have an effect on our market and how people could be a little bit more fearful that they lied about the numbers. So for sure, something to think about. So we're about to have market open in about a minute and a half. Let's look at the 30-minute. Let's see if we can close above this 30-minute, creating a bullish order block here. Right, we've just been creating higher highs, higher lows, going up, going up, going up. Bullish trend. We have our weekly objective up there. So I'd like to see us reach that. Let's look at the 15-minute. And what did we leave behind? We left behind our Asia high, our Asia low down here at 11 p.m. All right, so that's our Asia low down here. We left behind our London low, which is down here at 2 a.m. But London high, Asia high, right? Asia high was up here. We've already swept that. London high was up here, right around this level right here. We've already taken that, so I don't care about those levels right now. And then we can look at our true daily open, which is our midnight opening candle. So let's find where that midnight opening candle is. Right around here. Right here. So that's our true daily open right there. So we are very bullish even off of our true daily open level. Right? We have really pumped away from that level. So I'm expecting to see a continuation to the upside right now. And again, market is about to open here in like 10 seconds. So let's see how the market is going to open, what kind of reaction we're going to get, and then we can just kind of take a small look at ES and notice that. Look at ES, guys. It's almost right back to all-time highs again. It's almost back to all-time highs. So we don't really want to see a crazy SMT divergence on a weekly time frame, but we do want to see ES pumping as well to basically lead the way for NQ to keep pumping. So I don't hate this. I think this is pretty good for NQ. I do expect this to continue to pump up. And let's see what we do at market open, if we're going to see a strong pump at market open or not. We're getting a strong pump at market open right now. Let's see if there's going to be a continuation. Very strong pump at market open. Let's grab that. London high, Asia high are gone. Yeah, look at that pump so far. Let's see if we're actually going to get like a strong breakout right at market open. It looks like we are. Crazy breakout right now. Look at that, guys. We're really pumping here. We just got a very strong opening candle right there on the 1 minute time frame. Let's see if we get continuation. So that basically that weekly objective is up at 20,084.75. That's that weekly objective. So we do want to see if we're going to reach that, if we're just going to see a fake out move here. But this does not look too much like a fake out move right at market open. This looks like the market is trying to really push upwards here. It really does. To me, it really does look like we are trying to push further up. So we'll see right now. We'll see what the market does, because again, we could see a lot of manipulation. We also have news coming out. Remember, we have news coming out at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, so in only like 14 minutes, and it's red folder, so we need to be aware of that. Again, if I was going to take a trade, it would have to be before that, within like 5 minutes. I'm not going to trade within 5 minutes of that news, and probably not within 5 minutes of after the news. I need to, give it some time. So if I was going to take a trade, it'd have to be basically within the next 8 minutes or after, around like 9:50, around that 9:50 time. So we've pulled all the way back. Strong manipulation we're seeing in the market right now, guys. Very strong manipulation. Long wick up here. Grabbing buy side. I think we're going to see some volatility today. I think we're going to see a lot of volatility today. A lot of volatility. So, I mean, we already had... Let's see. So really, we got to pay attention to that. Yeah, that red folder news, and then we also have orange folder at 10 a.m. So there's a few events that are probably going to cause some a little bit of volatility. The VIX is opening very bearish right now. So again, guys, my bias is still very bullish. My bias is still very bullish. Very, very bullish. right? Until we are proven that the shorts are going to step in and actually go the whole day. But looking at a daily time frame, guys, I don't expect the shorts whatsoever. Everything to me, we've already taken out previous day high, right? Even if we do get some big pullback, I'm still expecting these longs overall on the day. My bias has not changed this whole week. Really, the past few weeks, it has not changed. We are still looking for the longs. So let's be patient. Let's wait for A+ setups. Look to execute. Again, this has not been my best trading week personally. Not at all. But that's not gonna. I'm not gonna let that phase me. I'm not gonna let that change the way I view the market. I'm not gonna let that change the way I trade. I'm gonna continue to trade the same way that I always do. Win or lose, I trade the same way. It does not matter. And if we can find some A+ setups and we can make some of that loss, some of those losses back, or maybe all the losses back from this week, awesome. That's great. But what you cannot do, and what I will not let myself do, is trade differently just because I have a few losing days. That's when you start to get into that terrible mindset. You start to go on a tilt. That's what we stay away from. Just don't change your mindset. Just continue to trade how you trade. As long as you have that good mental game, you understand what you're looking for, just continue that. So right now, just a lot of up and down, a lot of volatility. What I'm going to do is be very patient. Again, when we have news coming out so soon after market open, I typically don't like to take a trade before that news. I typically like to wait for that news to come out. Just because we're probably, we normally see something like this happening, right? Where we see a lot of manipulation, we see a lot of chop. The market doesn't want to make a huge move typically before a major, data release, before a red news or a red folder news event comes out. Typically, we don't see a crazy move. We don't see a lot of expansion before that happens. All right, so we're coming back down. So long wick up on the 15-minute. We're getting some strong retracement here. Remember, we still have that hourly busy down low. We still have this hourly busy down here. So still a strong level that we could bounce from, even if we do come down to that level. 30-minute imbalance down here as well. And look at how that 30-minute did close above, and we created a 30-minute bullish order block that we're trading into. So we've ran through that first touch point. Second touch point of this order block would be the candle open, which we just tapped into. So that's where we would want to see our next reaction off of. Right, we'd want to see a reaction off of this open of that 30-minute order block. So I'm looking at that level right now as a point of interest, as a point that we could bounce from. That's so far we have bounced exactly from that level. Let's see if it holds strong. So just about 9 minutes until that data release. And remember, guys, that data release is unemployment claims, or not unemployment claims, that already came out. Flash manufacturing PMI and flash services PMI. Okay, so we're bouncing off that, as well as a 15-minute order block right here. We're bouncing off of that 15-minute order block. But still so choppy right now. Very, very choppy. A lot of up and down. Not something I really want to get involved in right now. Too volatile, too choppy. I want to wait for price action to clean up. Wait for the market to start picking its direction. Wait for these longs to show us that they really are going to step in. And look for a setup after that. You can look at ES over here. ES is looking very bullish. A lot of chop here, market open. But just looking at the higher time frames over here on ES, I mean, we are already almost to all-time highs again. Some levels we're going to have to see us push through on ES, but again, still looking extremely bullish here. So let's just stay patient. Let's stay patient. Let's wait. No reason to rush right now. No reason to rush. You got to know when to hold them. as the great Kenny Rogers once said. Well, welcome, guys. How's everybody doing? How we feeling today? How we feeling? Jack's feeling good. Well, we are blessed to have you, Tony. We are blessed to have you trading with us. Great deep. Morning slick. All right, easy sunshine. That's what we like to hear. Feeling excelente. Excelente. Okay, so again, we're just still chop, 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 chop. Chop, 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 chop. Fabio didn't sleep well. Sorry to hear that. Well, let's try and get a win today, and then you can get back to sleep. Yo, what's up, Jordan? From work. Hey, don't get fired. Working hard or hardly working. Slinging windows. Oh, nice. Looking at the 5-minute, we do have a bullish breaker on the 5-minute. Right, we do have this low, high, lower, low displacement of the highs. We look at the up close candle on that high to low. We're still respecting that bullish breaker here. And again, it's not a reversal pattern because if you think about it, we're not reversing. We're on a bullish trend. So I don't trust these levels as much. I don't trust the breaker as much when it's not an actual reversal pattern. But we can still look at it as a decent level. Morning Enrique. Worked until 4 a.m. Eastern. Jeez, man, you need to get some sleep. On your way to work at Vigor Shipyards, Portland. What do you do? What do you do there? Okay, guys. Want to see these longs start to step in. We just got to get out of this chop. Just about 4 minutes until our news is released. We got to start having a countdown clock on our news like it's New Year's Eve. Oh, nice. Man, have you guys heard that song from Despicable Me 4 by Pharrell? That song just like has been stuck in my head consistently and I can't get it out. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Good morning, Honest Money. How you doing? Good. Alright, guys, so we're still bouncing. We're still holding this bullish breaker right now. Still holding this bullish breaker. Just waiting for this news to come out. We have just about 2 minutes and 20 seconds. So let's just wait for that news to be released. We've only seen chop so far. As expected at market open. As expected, we just have to wait for news to be released. We have to wait for price to start picking its direction. And then we look for a nice A+ setup. That's the plan. That is the plan right now. Hey, who's ready for that free prop firm giveaway tomorrow? You guys ready? I'm ready. I'm excited. There we go. Ready with the Gru meme. I love it. Yeah, guys. For those of you that didn't see last week, we brought up our new thing we're doing every Friday. Right after live trading, we're giving away a free prop firm account every Friday over here at EE. So the winner, basically what we do, me and my team, me, John, and Braden, we have a meeting. We each have a vote for who we believe has earned the free prop firm. And that could be whether we've seen a great improvement, we've seen you really dedicated to getting better, we've seen you helping other people in the community, things like that. So we all have our vote. And then what we do is we throw the 3 names, whether it's 2 or 3 names, into a hat, and we pick that name. But again, you don't have to be on the session to win. You do not have to be on the session to win. You don't have to be there. All right. News is being released right now. Right now. Let the volatility begin. Waiting for this data to come out. Let's see. It's still pending. Okay, so we have it. All right, so 1 red, 1 green. So back and forth. So what we do is we'll just wait for the market to start deciding where it wants to go. And my bias is still long, guys. I still have a bullish bias right now. So I want to see these longs come in. I want to see this kind of act as a little bit of a bull flag here. I want to see us chop. Maybe we come down and manipulate a little bit like yesterday, maybe into that hourly busy, and then we start to bounce off of it. That's what I would like to see. Okay, we're getting that move down right now. Let's see how much we want to manipulate here. Yes, we do have home sales coming out. Home sales coming out at 10 a.m. Orange folder news. Okay, I want to see us really start to bounce from here. We're manipulating down. I'd like to see a fake out. This is one of those mornings we have to stay patient. We have to stay patient right now. And old Trader Joe, before he had the name Trader Joe, would have been trying to trade this like crazy and would have been probably getting absolutely wrecked by this market. All right, when I first started trading, if I saw something like this, I'd be going wild. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna get in on the news. I'm gonna get in long. Oh wait, no, we're going short. Okay, I'm gonna get in short. Oh wait, never mind, we're reversing. I'm getting in long. All right, that's what I would have done. I would have gone back and forth when I first started trading. And that's I'm pretty sure that a lot of people probably struggle with doing similar things. So don't try your best to stay away from that. Try your best to get away from that trading habit of trying to trade the chop and trying to kind of just gamble back and forth. Because this is very low probability trading right now. This is no bueno. We don't like this. We do not like this. Because I expect the market to give us some good price action today overall, right? So I'm just waiting for that to start showing. I'm just waiting for that to start showing. We actually have this breaker over here on ES as well. And ES just tapped into that breaker, so this could be a good level for us to bounce. Although the VIX is really pumping right now. VIX is starting to pump. So I don't really trust the longs right now. We just need to see them start to show up. See them start to step in here. Okay, and let's say the shorts wanted to step in, right? Let's say that goes against what we think the market is going to do. Then I'd be looking to see us come take out this low on the 5-minute, create a bearish breaker, an actual reversal pattern, and then I'd be waiting for us to test that level and take it short down to London low, Asia low. Right, that's what I'd be looking for in the shorts if we're going to start seeing a real reversal pattern. As long as we're holding this level, you know, we're holding the bullish trend, I want to see these longs continue to step in. Just right now, the chop is too crazy for us to take any trades. Let's see if we're going to disrespect the bullish breaker here. Okay, we still close inside. Hey man, that's amazing to hear. You don't know how much that means to me to be able to hear someone say that. God bless. God bless you, man. All right, look at these shorts starting to step in. Let's see if this is going to be a manipulation move here. Back into that hourly. So what I'm really paying attention to here, guys, is this 15-minute low, this 5-minute low right here. If we close below that with displacement, that's when I'm looking to short this market. That's when I would be looking to short this market. As long as we're staying above and we're bouncing off this hourly busy, I am still looking long. So we just traded into the hourly, that bullish fair value gap. We got a bounce when we initially tapped into it, but now we're starting to push down a little bit more. Looks like we're going to disrespect that level. So again, then it would be our lowest down close candle. So this breaker would be a very large candle because the lowest down close is this huge wick to wick right here. Right, which was our news candle from this morning. Okay, so stay patient. I'm going to stay patient. I'm going to wait for the right setup. We are starting to really bounce off that hourly right now. Really bouncing off that hourly. Well, I'm really paying attention to this 5-minute candle because we still have a few minutes left. Remember, we have this breaker up here. If we close inside of that, that's good news for the longs. But if we're going to push down below, you know, that's when you start thinking short. But overall, I'm still very bullish biased, and I'll continue to say that. I still am looking long. Let's see what we do here. All right, so remember, we do have more news coming out in about 7 minutes. More news in about 7 minutes. But so far, there has not been one trade or nothing so far that I have been willing to even try and take. There's nothing so far. Nothing has been worth me risking any capital. It's just been choppy. So that's fine. This is when we just really practice our patience and we just sit on the sideline until we have been given an opportunity. All right, we have about 2 minutes until this 5-minute closes. All right, we still have this 15-minute order block here. That 1 hour busy that we're bouncing off of. Look at that. Look at that change there. I am starting to like these longs a little bit more now that we're starting to get some more fuller body candles here. To the upside, this 1 minute candle is very nice. Very, very nice. All right, just seeing that bounce off the hourly. That's what we want to see. Is that a 5-minute order block up above? So up here, yeah, technically would be a bearish order block because we did come down to displace and close below, but I don't see it as the strongest order block right now. I don't think it's the strongest order block because my bias is still very bullish here. I still want to see the long step in. So I don't see it as being the strongest level. All right, so we're about to close on that 5-minute. Looks like we are going to try and close and respect this breaker still, this bullish breaker. Remember, just like yesterday, that's what I talked about. We had an hourly busy. I wanted to see us trade down, grab sell side, bounce off the hourly. It's exactly what we did yesterday. We're starting to do that right now. Now that price action is starting to get a little bit cleaner, this is when I would start to think about taking an entry pretty soon, but we also have news coming out, so we have to be aware of that. We could still see a little bit of manipulation. But this is now when I'm actually starting to think about possible entries because we're starting to see price action get a little bit cleaner. All right, we got this high up here. Pretty nice target at these highs. And from that 1 minute fair value gap, about 180 something ticks. And then all the way up to our weekly objective, we still are about 420 ticks away. Let's see if we do want to trade back. All right, 5 minutes looking a lot cleaner now. 5 minute is looking a lot cleaner. We traded below that 15-minute opening range candle. We grabbed sell side, and now we're starting to pump. So now I want to see us target our opening range high. But I need to see us come back into a level that I can actually get a good entry off of. We've got a 2-minute fair value gap down there, a 1 minute down there. No other fair value gaps besides the 1 minute and the 2 minute. But I just want to see if we're going to come back for that level. I'm not going to chase longs up here just for us to come back and retrace. Might have to start singing again. Baby, come back. NQ, come back. It's not coming back. It's not coming back. These are those longs that I've been waiting for. Still going to stay patient. Not going to force an entry. Not going to chase price up to these highs. I need to see some pullback. And if we don't pull back, oh well. We'll wait for the next setup. Remember, we do have news coming out in just 3 minutes, so we're still going to see a little bit of volatility. But these are those longs that I wanted to see. So if we can get an entry, I would love to take these up to that high and then up to that weekly objective. Catch a nice trade. So I'll just wait for it to come back. If it wants to. If it wants to. We wait for the market to hand us something clean. Hand us something good. See if we want to come back here. Okay, we're pulling back a little bit. I don't love taking an entry right when the news is being released. It's not red folder, but it still is a medium impact news event. Okay, we're almost all the way back to that level. We did just tap into another 2-minute fair value gap here. Could see a nice bounce off of this 2-minute. See, no. Okay, we're trading back down. See if we're going to trade into this 1 minute down here. All right, 1 minute. Excuse me, 1 minute until that news is being released. Don't like how the 5-minute looks. Don't like that pullback on the 5-minute. Do not like that. It's not at the very end of this 5-minute candle. I'll probably have to stay on the sidelines for now. Although ES is looking good. VIX is still looking a little too bullish right now. So if we didn't have news being released here in just 30 seconds, I would probably look to take this entry. But since that news is being released, I'm going to stay on the sideline. I'm just going to stay on the sideline. And it's orange folder, so it's not high impact, but it still could cause an impact. Okay, it's still medium impact news. So we could see that volatility really start to step in here. So I don't really want to take this trade right now, especially looking how that 5-minute came back down as well. 5-minute came back down pretty aggressively. Did not want to see that. See the hourly. We're also now into silver bullet hour, but that was a great rejection off of the hourly busy there. That's what I wanted to see. Let's see what happened with that news. Okay, so it came out positive. Looks like it came out green. Oh, wait, never mind. It has... Yeah, okay. So, not bad news. Not bad news. But we're still pushing down. So I would need to see a lot stronger of a rejection off this level if I was even going to look to long this, because right now we're really coming back down. I do like that ES is still holding this breaker up here. I don't love that the VIX is pumping pretty aggressively. YM is looking pretty bearish right now. So I'll just continue to wait here. Remember, like I said, I'm not going to take a short unless I see this low get displaced. If this low right here gets displaced, that's when I will be looking for shorts. But not until then. So, very strong move down, displacing all of these 1 minute fair value gaps here. We're now in silver bullet hour. So if we do start coming down pretty aggressively, you know, and that 5-minute candle closes below this low, that's when I will start looking for shorts off of this bearish breaker. Back into that hourly busy right now. If these shorts were going to step in, I would take them all the way down to Asia low. Just don't necessarily expect that to happen right now. See if we can start getting another bounce from this level. And this is when we need to pay attention to these 1 minute fair value gaps. Right? If we're creating bearish fair value gaps and we're respecting them, Well, that's when we were starting to see bearish structure step in. Let's see if we form a swing high here or if we're going to get a continuation to the downside. All right, 1 minute fair value gap right here. We didn't tap into it. We did not touch into it. We're still seeing us being held down by VWAP right now. I like that ES has been the stronger index and that it's still holding us up and it's still looking like it wants to push higher. So we just tapped into that 1 minute bearish fair value gap. I want to see us inverse that. If we can start to inverse that, that's when I start looking long. All right, can we inverse this 1 minute? Okay, we inversed it. That's what I want to see. I'm going to try out these longs here, guys. I'm going to try out these longs. So I'm going to keep my stop loss down below that inverse. I'm going to keep it at like 55 ticks. I'm just going in half a lot right now. 19,960.50 will be my stop. So first trade, just going to test out the market, right? Like this is what I like to do on my first trade. Just go in a light position, go in half a lot, test out the market. I do want to see these long step in. We bounced off that hourly. We inversed a 1 minute fair value gap. Right? We got a strong bounce off that level. So now I just want to see if we're going to get a continuation up to these highs. And if not, like that, if I get stopped out, oh well. I tried it out, and I'll wait for the next setup. Wait for the next setup. Okay, so we're still looking a little bit volatile here. Still looking a little bit volatile. So, aggressive entry there, but I'm fine with that aggressive entry because I wanted to see us inverse that level. All right, so now I'll wait for the next setup here. Wait for the next setup. Okay, so the 5 minute did just close aggressively to the downside there. We did displace that breaker. That's not what I wanted to see for the longs. Not what I wanted to see, but we haven't traded back into any, bearish fair value gap or anything right now. So I'll be patient and wait for the next one. Be patient and wait for the next one. Yeah, so that one right at the end of that 5 minute candle, it really did manipulate down pretty hard. Manipulated down pretty hard to grab my stop. But still no bearish fair value gaps to play off of. Even if I wanted to short this market, I still don't want to short this market until this low is displaced on the 5 minute time frame. That is the only time I will get into a short position. Looks like we're coming down. Looks like we're going to try to. Right back into that hourly. Right back into that hourly. Okay, we're starting to move. We're starting to get some momentum now. Starting to get some more volume here. We're grabbing sell side. Now we need to see on this 5 minute, which I will wait for this 5 minute unless we get a crazy move down. To displace. I want to see it displace because we're still in an hourly bullish imbalance. And this could just be a liquidity sweep. Because so far what we have seen is somewhat seek and destroy. Right? A lot of liquidity sweeps. Grabbing sell side, coming back up to grab buy side, coming back down to grab sell side. Still not creating any 1 minute bearish for value gaps here. I really would need to start seeing those 1 minute bearish fair value gaps forming and then see us start to inverse this 5 minute. That's when I would really be looking for a short position to catch down to London low, Asia low. Let's see here. Getting some SMT. A little bit of SMT divergence between ES and NQ, but ES is looking pretty bearish right now. Looking like it's trying to push below, and the VIX is actually still pumping. So it looks like these shorts are trying to really step in. Asia low is all the way down here. It was like around 11:15 p.m. Eastern. So it's at 19,866. 19,866. All right, so 2 minutes left on this 5-minute candle. I still need to see displacement of that low to create the bearish breaker. And then I'll just wait for us to come back and retest that breaker and maybe form a 1-minute bearish fair value gap inside of that breaker for a good level to short off of. You see a good level to short off of. All right, because up here we inversed the 1 minute and we didn't trade back into any other fair value gap. All right, so I still liked those longs stepping back in, but now these shorts are proving that they are taking control. Now the shorts are really proving they're taking control. We're about to create that bearish breaker. And let's see if it even wants to come back for us. Let's see if it wants to come back. So now we have this big old bearish breaker here. Once this 5-minute closes below, this is the lowest down close candle. So it's a pretty large breaker. Because we have this high, low, higher, high displacement of the lows if this 5-minute closes below here. And first standard deviation is right at around that true daily open. Yeah, I guess so. I guess it did do something. Didn't look like it was too bad. Didn't look like it was too bad, but... Alright, so we have 1 minute until this 5-minute closes. Looks like we do want to close below. Let's look at the daily time frame. Yeah, daily time frame is starting to turn a little bit bearish here. A little bit bearish. 15, pretty aggressive down close candle here. But now I just need to see pullback. I need to see us pull back into this breaker. Now we have this 5-minute breaker. Need to see us come back and test that and look for a short. Oh, we have a 1-minute fair value gap right here. If we can test this level, I'll look for a short off of that level. And look to take it all the way down to London low, Asia low. So let's see if we can come back and test it. We also could create a bearish unicorn on the 5-minute as well. If we create a 5-minute fair value gap here. Now I just want to see us come back and test this fair value gap and look for an entry off of that level. Silver bullet short. I'm not going to chase these shorts. I need to see pullback. Yeah, that's good to hear, Matthew. That's what it's all about. That is what it's all about. Being patient. So this one is just running away here. This one's just running away. Just need to see it come pull back here. It is not pulling back whatsoever. Not pulling back. We're almost at London low already. I'm going to continue to stay patient until my level, I see an actual level to take a short off of. Will not be chasing the shorts. But now I have all my confirmation, right? All my confirmation in this move. We just took out London low. Very strong move to the downside, right? So not what I expected to happen, but even when you see something that you don't expect, you have to now react and adjust your plan. React and adjust your plan. We have a 2-minute fair value gap here as well. Yeah, so barely hit that London low. Definitely some SMT divergence. London low is all the way over here, or Asia low is all the way over here. And let's see where London low is. All the way down there. So a little bit of SMT divergence there. But we're not wanting to pull back into any fair value gap. I want to see us at least tap into that 2 minute or come into that 1 minute up above. We're also creating a 5 minute unicorn up here, so we could wait for that one to be formed. Just need to see it come back a little bit. Can you come back? We are almost back into that 2 minute. So could look for an entry off of that level. Okay, we just tapped into that 2 minute. If you start to reject it, I'll look for an entry here. We'll look for a possible entry. I need to see a little bit more though. We're also creating this 5 minute unicorn here as well, so we could even wait for this unicorn to be formed and then for us to trade into that 5 minute fair value gap. But we're already seeing a rejection off of that 2 minute. We're seeing a rejection off of that 2 minute right now. Just need to see a little bit more. We're about to close on the 5 minute time frame. We're about to create this 5 minute unicorn here. So let's see us trade up into that level. Just want to see us now tap into that 5 minute unicorn. Again, there's still a lot of room for us to retrace, so even getting an entry down here is a little bit aggressive. But often we do react off of that first tap into a unicorn model right here. Just need to see us come back. We are rejecting that 2 minute pretty hard. And we're not coming back. We are not coming back for that unicorn. Looks like this one just wants to continue down. Just want to see us create another fair value gap or trade back into that 5 minute. Give us a good entry level. I would like to see this go take out Asia low. That would be my target here from the 5 minute unicorn. About 200 ticks from the unicorn, so I'd like to see us tap into that level. Give us an entry. So what I'm going to do is I will put a limit order there. I'll put a limit sell order right there for an entry. I'll put a stop up at 19,93175. Just half a lot here. Just see if we're going to get initial reaction, because I want to get a very solid entry on this if we're going to get a nice reaction. Again, if this one's just going to pump super aggressively and grab my sell limit and then just continue to pump, I'll probably just have to get out and wait for a re-entry if we start to reject later on. But I want to get a very solid entry here. I want to see us tap into that unicorn model and take us down. All right, we still haven't reached our first standard deviation yet. I want to see us take us all the way down. So I'm going to stay patient here. Morning, Crixus. All right, let's see if this one wants to tap us in or not. Keeping my stop above that 1 minute fair value gap. Entry right at that 5 minute unicorn. And now we wait. A lot of chop going on right here. It's not looking like we're trying to go back right now. We're just choppy. I just want to see us tap into that right there. Got this unicorn on ES as well. This next 5 minute candle is about to close. So again, this is aggressive because we have a huge fair value gap and we have this huge breaker up here. So there's a possibility that we could retrace further up into that breaker. But I'm going to take the aggressive entry because we're showing so much bearish momentum. Right? I want to get that entry on this trade. So we are still chopping. Okay, 5 minute just closed. 5 minute just closed. We didn't displace our previous candle, so I still want to see us pull back. I want to see us get a power of 3 here. We're accumulating. I want to see us manipulate up, grab buy side, and then distribute down to our profit target. I don't know if this one's going to try and come back, but even if it doesn't come back, I still need to wait for an actual entry to take. This London low has been holding pretty strong so far. We're also creating a 15-minute bearish fair value gap right here. Technically a 15-minute unicorn as well. So I'll just wait for us to tap into our level. Just sit back and wait. Sit back and be patient. Let's see if we do it here. VIX is very bullish still, guys. The VIX is very bullish still. YMES still very bearish. Let's just get a power of 3. This one doesn't want to break above, does not want to go grab that level. Would you trust a 30-minute or 1 hour fair value gap more than a 5-minute or 15-minute? Well, yes, it just depends on the fair value gap. But yes, I'm always going to trust the higher time frames more. But I want to see those time frames align together, right? So I want to see my hourly 30-minute aligning with my 5 and 15. And if they don't align, then I'd rather focus on those higher time frames. Right? So like this one, we completely have pushed through that 1 hour right there. So I want to see a continuation of the downside here. Of course. Morning, Mike. Yeah, we've attempted one trade. I was looking for longs still up here, and that one came down quick. So just half a lot. One loss so far in the longs up there. Now we're looking short. Looking to get an entry off of this 5-minute unicorn. Waiting for this chop to stop. Waiting for a little power of 3 move here. And this one's just continuing to chop. So no entries right now. Yeah, there's potential we could bounce pretty hard, and that's why what I'll do is just keep my mouse right over that exit button. If we're going to pump super aggressively after we tab me in, I'll just get out real quick. Yeah, there really wasn't any entry model for those shorts that I saw, at least. Okay, still hasn't tapped us in. Almost. Got within like the tick of tapping me into that one. Alright, now it tapped me in. So now I need to see an instant rejection to the downside. If we're going to pump super aggressively, I'm just going to get out of this one quick. So we need to respect this unicorn and get an instant rejection to the downside here. We need to get a power of 3 here. So this is what we've been waiting for. Okay, we just closed on a 5-minute. I'm not liking that bullish candle, though. I'm not liking that bullish candle too much. This is looking way too aggressive. Need to see us reject this 1 minute. If we don't... Jeez, guys. So that one got very aggressive. That one barely wicked me out there. Barely wicked me out. So I still want to see a power of 3. I still want to see a power of 3 here. Let's see if we can reject this 1 minute fair value gap. If we can still reject this 1 minute fair value gap, I'm still looking for an entry. But that one was a very aggressive move, right? Very aggressive move. So now we need to see us reject this 1 minute fair value gap, and I will still look for a short entry here. Very, very aggressive right there. So I still like these shorts, like I said. All right, we rejected that. We rejected that 1 minute pretty hard there. The VIX is getting a little bit of pullback right now, so I'm gonna be patient for this next one. This is a little bit too aggressive right now for me to jump into another entry. But I like this wick on the 5 minute. I do like the wick on the 5 minute. We just really have to reject this 1 minute fair value gap. See, maybe if we're going to trade into that breaker. So this is still looking like power of 3, right? We have this accumulation. We want this to be manipulation. We want to get distribution down. Distribution. So I do want to start looking for shorts here, guys. We have this 1 minute bullish fair value gap that we're going to need to push through. We're going to have to inverse that 1 minute there. It's a pretty good wick still on the 5 minute. I still don't love the 1 minute time frame yet. Still don't love it. That's pretty good reaction here. Pretty good reaction. Okay, so respecting that 1 minute, we're bouncing off of it. We're about to create this 15-minute unicorn up here as well with a fair value gap. So this level up here as well could be a level that we tap into. But I still like these shorts, guys. Now we just need to see if we're going to push through this 1 minute bullish fair value gap. Looks like we want to. So need to see us inverse this 1 minute. And hopefully not run away from us. Let's see if we get this power of 3 move. Okay, we inverse that 1 minute. I'm going to start looking for shorts here pretty soon. So we barely closed below that 1 minute. And now I want to see us create a bearish 1 minute fair value gap. This 1 minute held very strong. We bounced off the 50% of that level pretty hard. We still have that 15-minute unicorn being formed up there. So we barely got wicked out of that position right there. I mean, that's exactly where I had my stop loss, right? Okay, so the 15-minute just closed. Let's see if we're going to go for that 15-minute unicorn. All right, so right up here would be another good entry that I would like to take. Let's see if this one might keep dropping. This one might not come back for us. So yeah, I mean, I still love these shorts, guys. I got stopped out literally by the tick right here. By the tick. And now the shorts are starting to play out. So if any of you guys are still holding, they still look good, and I would be taking a TP right around this level down here. Probably right down at this low. Maybe once we break these lows at true daily open. One minute bearish order block here. Yeah, that kind of happened to me yesterday too. I got stopped out by the tick, or by a few ticks yesterday. This one, literally, I had my stop right at that level. So it is what it is. But these shorts still look great for anybody that's still holding them. I mean, we're almost at Asia low now, guys. We are almost at Asia low. We are not coming back. Let's see if we want to come back. So that's that first TP level right there at that low, or that we just took out. So for anybody that's still holding, is anybody still holding these shorts? Matthew said you're still holding them. That's that first TP. Remember, our entry was right here. So that first TP, that's 134 ticks right there for a first TP. Right, so that's a great profit right there. And I'm just looking for an entry, for a re-entry here in the shorts, because I still expect these ones to keep going. Down to Asia low. And if we're not going to pull back, then I'm not going to get an entry. So, I can't really do too much about that one. I'm not going to be upset. I kept my stop above that fair value gap, right, and got stopped by the tick, so I can't really be upset about that. We had the right idea. The entry is there. I mean, that 5-minute unicorn model was playing out perfectly. just like I wanted to see happen. We hit the first standard deviation off of that breaker. Second standard deviation is all the way down here at 19,822, which I could see us coming all the way back down after we sweep Asia low. So I just want to see some pullback to get an entry here. See if I can get an entry. So I mean, you guys know why I love the unicorn model, because that one's playing out pretty nice right now. Why didn't you guys tell me to put my stop one tick higher? Can't believe you guys wouldn't tell me that. Okay, we just traded into a 2 minute. I want to see us trade a little bit higher into that 1 minute. Okay, we just tapped into that. Now I need to see a rejection here to get an entry. Need to see a rejection off of this 1 minute fair value gap to get an entry. Let's see how high we want to push up here. Okay, we're starting to reject pretty good. Starting to reject. See how this 1 minute closes. So the 5 minute is not closing with displacement, which is not good. It's not really what you want to see. Not exactly what you want to see, but this is power of 3 here on the 1 minute. And now we're getting into the golden zone up here. We are getting into the golden zone up here. So this is where I want to see it start to reject from. Off that order block. We just barely tapped into that 0.62 level. I'm going to try out the shorts here, guys. Oh. Alright, entry got pretty low. Entry got pretty low. It's alright. Very low entry there. But I like the rejection off of that golden zone. Let's just see if we're going to get that continuation, get that rejection still from that level. Looks like these longs are still trying to step in. Might have to see if I have to cut this one or not. This is exactly where I want to see a bounce from. The one thing that I didn't want to see is us inverse that 1 minute bearish fair value gap there. So I still haven't, I need to place my stop above that high. But I'm going to watch this one very closely here. I might have to cut this one quick, guys. I'm just going to cut it. Just going to cut it. This volatility is a little too much. But this is exactly where I want to see us bounce. And I want to get an entry from further up here. I want to get a higher entry on this one. But I'm not liking the wick on the 15 minute as much. So power of 3, we got accumulation, manipulation, distribution. Now this is the OTE entry. Right off the golden zone, off of an order block. This is where I'd want to see us bounce, but we're not really rejecting it too hard yet. Not really rejecting it as much as I wanted to see. And we still haven't taken Asia low, so that target is still there. That target is still there to be taken. I just don't like that we inverse that fair value gap there. Need to see us starting to reject this level. Really need to see us start to reject here. Okay, this order block is holding us right now. This is where I want to see us start to drop. This is where I want to see us start to drop. Again, just don't want to get filled too low. Don't want to get filled too low. Like that last one. I had to cut that last one because I got filled too low on that entry. I still want to see these shorts step in from here. Boom. Okay, they're trying to go. These shorts are trying to go here. All right, here we go. Well, these shorts are going to step in here. I want to see these shorts step in. Oh, did I get filled that low again? Yeah, guys, my fills have been pretty... Okay, this is... I got to take a step back. This is where I make a mistake here. Just made a mistake there. I'm going to be completely transparent. Should not have taken that entry that low there, right? So that was just a bad entry on my part there. But I do want to see these shorts start to step in. So that one was just me taking a bad entry, right? Be completely honest with you guys, that one is just a bad entry. So we are bouncing off of that 1 minute. We are bouncing. Yeah, you know, sometimes I'm just gonna take a terrible entry. So that one was just dumb, and I just got out of it quick because I realized that it was dumb. So I'm not gonna take a dumb entry and then just continue to hold it. All right, so we are pumping off of the 1 minute fair value gap here, but everything still tells me bearish, bearish, bearish. Although we are respecting our 1 minute, bullish fair value gaps. Just looking at the power of 3, we have traded up into the golden zone of that power of 3. We still haven't taken our Asia low, so that's why I still do want to see the short step in. We're bearish right now on the day. We are bearish on the day. I just need to sit back and really just wait for an ideal entry. One minute order block is still holding us. And that true daily open is definitely holding strong as well. See the 5 minute unicorn. Again, great bounce off that 5 minute unicorn. We haven't really seen the follow through. We saw a good drop. We saw a very good drop, but just no follow through on it. All right, so what I need to do is really just sit back, be patient, breathe, just allow myself to calm down, let this market come back, right? Let this market show me the way. And look for an A+ setup. Yep, sometimes you got to be brutally honest with yourself, right? That entry that I took, that was not smart. That was me taking a dumb entry. Right, going against my character, going against what I normally do. Right, so once I realized I did that, I was just like, okay, get out. Kind of just take a seat, sit back, relax. Right, that's when I started to feel the emotion, right? Because it happens to me too, right? You start to feel that emotion taking over. I started to feel that emotion, and I let it get to me right there, and then I said, nope. I'm not gonna let it happen. I'm getting out. Let's sit back and wait. Right? So we're still holding this level. I still want to see these shorts come in. I still want to see these shorts come in. I do. Just not liking the chop that we're seeing right now. Not seeing the chop. I'm not wanting to see the chop. Is what I should say. So, I mean, even with these 1 minute bullish fair value gaps right here, I know that they're holding us right now, but I don't expect us to get a crazy reversal here. That's not what I'm expecting. I'm expecting these shorts to step right back in. But right now, just not the best entries. Not the best entries here to take. Yeah, so that one's a lesson for me, right? What happened for me was I got stopped out by the tick. I've had a few losing days this week, right? So that one definitely I started to feel those emotions taking over, because this one would have been a great trade for me, but I got stopped out by the tick. So I started to feel that emotion, and then I started to kind of let it get to me there. So that's a lesson for me. That's something that I'm going to journal, right? And that's something that I've had to, I've worked past previously in the past, right? And I've built the habit to be able to stay away from that. But sometimes, every once in a while, it will get to me. And I just have to be able to be aware of when that's happening and to just take a step back. All right, we're all human. We are all human. I am only a human. It's going to happen. So we did close below on the 5 minute. We did close below that level. 15 minute had a good close. Not displacing. We didn't displace. Yeah, I still want to see one more trade setup. I do want to see one more good setup. $100%. It really is. It really is the difference. Completely agree. Yeah, I've talked about this before, but just because I've built that habit against that doesn't mean I'm always going to, it's not going to come and test me, right? That emotion will come and test me like it did today. Sometimes, every once in a while, sometimes it will get to me a little bit. Just like today, it got to me. All right, well, the first step is realizing it got to me, and then fixing it and getting away from it. So these shorts still look very good, guys, but we just don't have any entry levels that I actually want to take right now. There's no levels of entry here that I like. But so far, the power of 3 is playing out exactly how you'd want it to play out, but just not with this chop. Look at this power of 3. We accumulated here, we manipulated, distributed down, and then we used our Fibonacci. We retraced right into the golden zone, the OTE, and we bounced off the golden zone, and now we're coming back down. So that is exactly what you want to see for power of 3. You just don't want to see this chop. Right, and I didn't trust these 1 minute bullish fair value gaps whatsoever. Did not trust these 1 minute fair value gaps. So this 1 minute held strong. Now we have this 1 minute right here. Now the issue with this is we're already almost at Asia low. So it's not that big of a reward down to Asia low here from that 1 minute order block. But we do have a 1 minute order block there. We have that 5 minute order block that we're bouncing off of. And I do think we're going to come all the way down. Let's see if we're going to reject this level or not. I want to see us reject this order block. So far, we are not rejecting it. Do I think we'll make it down to yesterday's low? I don't think we will go down to yesterday's low, but I do think we will try to take out Asia low and possibly come into that 4-hour order block. But I don't think we're going to go all the way to yesterday's low. Okay, here we go. We're moving. And we're rejecting that order block. Alright, so that's another entry level. I didn't get the entry. I just missed it. Just missed the entry there. And there it is. So that's the that's the entry I wanted to take here. That's alright. Did anybody take that order block entry? First TP just got taken at Asia low. And now I want to see if it's going to come down to that 4-hour down here. So yes, this is the entry I wanted. Right off of that 1 minute order block and a 2 minute order block and a 5 minute order block. Just missed it. Just missed it. So now we've taken out that objective. We've taken out Asia low. You could take a full TP down here, especially if you're holding this in original trade from here. This one looks like it wants to go all the way down to that 4-hour order block down below. Remember, after taking a key level like Asia low, we expect a little bit of retracement. We expect some retracement. Let's see if we start to reject this level or not, if we're going to start to push through. So the power of 3 played out exactly how you'd want it to play out. Exactly how you'd want it to play out. Right, I just didn't get my entries where I wanted them to on this one. Alright, so now we are trading into that 1 minute order block. One minute order block here. We still have that 1 minute order block up here. Let's see if we're going to start inversing it. The VIX is still extremely bullish right now. Let's see if we're going to start bouncing from here. Alright, so we've taken out London low, we've taken out Asia low. Next target would be this low down here, going into that 4-hour order block. Down to the second standard deviation of the 5 minute unicorn. Looks like this one wants to continue down. Looks like we are going to reject that order block right there. Yeah, this one's going to keep going. This one might go down to that next target. Anybody still holding their entry from this trade up here? Sweet. 8 micros, nice. So we still haven't had any displacement on the 15-minute time frame of these wicks. We continue to stay bouncing off of these levels here. So let's see if this one wants to keep pumping, or if we're going to hold our bearish structure here and continue to make lower lows. Continue to make lower lows here. Dude, this is probably my reddest week. This is probably my reddest week I've had, man, in a long time, actually. In a long time. So what am I down? I am down about 75, no, like 7,700. This is definitely my worst week I've had in a long time. Completely honest with you guys. Completely honest. It has not been good for me. Not been good. But again, is this the end of the world? No. Not whatsoever. Not whatsoever. You know, I take my losses. Again, it's a punch in the face. Oh well. If I get knocked down, I get back up again. I don't care. I don't care. Well, and the reason that I'm so red this week, is because after last week, you know, I had a very good week, and I decided, okay, this week I'm going to start sizing up. I'm going to size up, and then right when I sized up is when I got absolutely smacked by the market, right? So my losses are a little bit bigger than they normally are. A little bit bigger than they normally are. So, you know, yeah, exactly, right? You take the punches and you get back up. Take the punches and you get back up. That's all you can do. Well, it looks like these longs might want to step in and come up all the way to this high up here. We're almost at the hourly close. Exactly. Yeah, you learn from your mistakes, you move on. So, and for me, guys, yeah, this has probably been my worst trading week that I can remember in a very long time. Very long time. And you just have to be honest with yourself, and you have to hold yourself accountable. You can't lie to yourself. That's why you're not going to hear me lie, guys. Like, I'm being honest with you. This has been a terrible trading week for me. Just terrible. And not every week is going to be good. This is a down week for me. But am I going to let that hold me back from coming into the market next week and doing amazing? No. That's always my mindset will always stay positive no matter what happens. Even if today, okay, I let my emotion get to me, yeah, because this has been my worst week. Probably, maybe the whole year. Actually, yeah, this is probably my worst week out of this entire year. Now that I think about it. Right, so I'm not going to, oh well, it happens. I keep a positive mindset. If I dwell on this week, what's going to happen next week? I'm going to do the same exact thing next week if I can't get over this week. So once tomorrow's over, I put this week completely behind me. Completely behind me. And now I move on. Move on to next week. So now you guys are seeing a little more of the reality of trading sometimes, right? This is the reality of trading. You're going to have weeks like this. And it's very rare. It's very rare for me to have a week like this. Like I said, this is definitely my worst week of the year. But it's going to happen. And you have to understand how to deal with it when it does happen. Exactly, right? That's exactly what I'll have to do. Just clear my mind. Yeah, work on the mental aspect and then move on. But I'd be lying to you guys if I said we're going to win every single week and be making a bunch of money. Yeah, well, most of the time we do. Most of the time we do win. And sometimes we're going to have a week like this. So, still waiting to see if we're going to have another trade opportunity. Still want to see if we're going to have another opportunity. We traded back into that 5-minute order block there. We're starting to see rejection off of that. This 5-minute order block right here. We're about to close on the hour. We have not displaced that Asia low on the 15-minute time frame or any of our previous lows on the 15-minute time frame. No displacement of all these lows here. The hardest path to easy money. Exactly. Exactly. And some of you guys might be in the green today. You know, if you guys were able to hold on to that original trade that I took, some of you might be in the green. So I'm not saying it was the worst week for everybody. For me personally, yes, it was a bad week. But some of you guys might be chilling. I don't know. We've got a 1-minute bearish order block up here. We're now into the next hour. Strong hourly close to the downside. We did not close below and create a bearish breaker on the hourly though. We also still haven't closed with displacement on the 15-minute time frame at all. Right into that order block. So guys, with my new position sizing, right, I'm starting to size up, as you guys can tell. Now my new daily profit goal is much higher than it was before, which means my profit or my loss, daily loss limit is a little bit higher as well, right? Which is why I've taken some bigger losses this week, okay? But which I'm okay with because I understand that my new profit goal is much higher than it was before. So I'm okay with, even though I am having a big red week, I told myself it was time for me to start sizing up a little bit. So it is what it is. It was just the first week of me sizing up didn't go too well. Didn't go too well. Okay, it looks like these longs do want to start stepping in here. Looks like we want to come up to that 15-minute unicorn. Let's see if we're going to get any kind of pullback, though. Looks like we might form a little bullish breaker here on the 1 minute. Low, high, lower, low, if we can displace this high up here. If we can displace this high right here, that would be the bullish breaker. And then this candle right here would be our highest up close candle. And we could see us retrace a little bit. Could see a little bit of retracement. You know, maybe up to that 15-minute unicorn model there. So not much reward. It's only about 80 ticks to there, but I could see us coming back up. Could see us come back up to that level. So that's what it's all about right there, Deep. That's what really matters, right? Is sticking to that risk management plan, win or lose. Yeah, I might be down in the red pretty bad this week, but every day I've still stuck to my risk management. And I have not blown up and tried to make my losses back by going super heavy. So that's what it's really about. Alright, so I'm just waiting to see if we're going to displace and form this bullish breaker on the 1 minute. And get a reversal pattern here. That's what it's starting to look like to me right now. But we still haven't displaced that high, so we still haven't formed it. A 1 minute busy down here. Exactly what Tony said. Secret sauce. Win or lose, sticking to the plan. No matter what. That way when you do have a terrible week like I'm having this week, it's not the end of the world. It is not the end of the world. Gabagool. See, and here's another example of what old Trader Joe would have done back in the day. On a week like this, this is what I would have done. I would have probably bought up a lot of accounts, and I probably would have full ported all of those accounts, or tried to just pass a bunch of them in one day and then end up blowing all of them, because every single trade I would take would be with emotion. Every trade I would take would be controlled by my emotions instead of actual good thought process and rational thinking. And if that's you right now and you're feeling that, start to make that plan or start to stick to your plan. Remember those new habits that you're trying to form to get away from that. All right, let's see if these... See if these longs are going to try to step in up into that 15-minute unicorn or not. We are just kind of chopping here. Got this 15-minute unicorn on ES as well. Okay, here's those longs. This is what I want to see start to step in now. I want to see these longs starting to step in. Okay, we just made that bullish breaker, so now I'm looking for longs. Now I'm looking for longs if we can come test this breaker here. Alright, I'm going to test out the longs here, guys. I'm going to test them out. I'm going to go into a full position. This is going to be my last trade here. If I lose this trade, this will be my last trade. I'm going full position, and then we're targeting that 15-minute unicorn because we just created a bullish breaker on the 1 minute. And we started to reject the bullish breaker, and this one's just coming right back down. So, again, this one, okay, I'm going to have to cut this one here. I'm going to have to cut this one. I didn't even have time to place my stop loss. I was going to place it just under that level right there. I was going to place it just under that low. And look to catch it up into the breaker. And this one has not seen the follow through. I really wanted to see us reject that breaker right away Like I said, guys, this is my last trade. This is my last trade. If this one comes down and stops me, I'm all done. I am all done. And looks like this might be it for me here. Looks like my day might be done. All right, guys. So this one absolutely wrecked me. Today absolutely wrecked me. I did like that last attempt. We created the breaker. We tapped into it. I wanted to see us reach that 15-minute unicorn, 15-minute breaker. And now we're seeing that very strong pullback. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I got absolutely wrecked. Oh well, I'll come back stronger, okay? I will come back stronger. I don't care. I'm not gonna let this one one's not gonna kill me. Alright. So bear with me. Bear with me through this tough week, and we will come back stronger. We still have tomorrow. We will come back stronger, okay? Alright, well, John will be on for education for psychology. This is a day that we definitely are gonna need some psychology from John. And then we'll be back and we'll do some prop firm session later, all right? Yes, we will do prop firm session. All right, I really do appreciate you guys. Bear with me. Through the pain, through the hardship, we'll be back. All right, God bless. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.